Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Lunch Break with Shel. I'd like to thank you so very much for joining me today for this edition of Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I can be found on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram under Stamp with Shel, on Pinterest under Shel Loves to Stamp, and I blog daily at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. I can be reached by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. If you live in Canada and do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Note that I have weekly workshop orders that go in Mondays at 9 a.m. Okay, that's the business side. Today we are going to be having some fun with the new, if I can find it, Tulip Fields bundle. This is coming out on page 17 of the upcoming January to June mini catalog. And this is a fabulous bundle. It coordinates with another bundle, so you want to have a look at that. But I'm not featuring that one today. This one is the Windmill Dies and the Tulip Fields stamp set. I'm also going to be using the Celebrating You. It's another new stamp set, as well as stitched rectangle dies. And I'm using one of the new, I can't remember the name, I gotta turn my paper over, embossing folders. This is a 2-pack for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It's called Stripes and Splatters, and obviously this is the Stripes one. Our inks today are Memento Black, Pear Pizzazz, and Pool Party. And we are going to be using DSP called Flowering Fields. Our cardstocks today are So Saffron, Crumb Cake, Pear Pizzazz, Basic White, and Very Vanilla. All right, that's all the mumbo jumbo. We are going to get started. If you look at this front cover of the catalog, which is all I can show you right now, I'm going to be doing my take on this card. So I'll put that away for now, and we will come back to that at the end of the video. All right, so I have a card base that is So Saffron, standard card base, and I have taken stitched rectangles and I've die cut a window in the front of this card. And because I messed up, yes, I messed up, I had a mark on the front of this card from the embossing, or when I was doing the die cutting. There was a big mark down here, and I thought I'm going to have to throw that card base out. And then I thought, no, I'll just use an embossing folder and I'll emboss it and you'll never know. So that's what we have here. Just a standard card base with a hole cut in the front and the front embossed. So that is the start. Then I took 2 pieces of DSP. You can see better from the back side here. And I glued them together. And one had sky pattern and one had flower pattern. And then I used the same size die to cut that out, so that will pop right through that window. So that's the first thing that we're going to do, is we are going to put some adhesive on this and we are going to attach this to the inside of the card. Now the reason why I'm doing my take on that card is because the card that's on the front of the catalog is actually a 5x7 size card. And I don't like big cards like that. However, you know, to each their own. But I wanted to challenge myself and see if I could make this card smaller. So as you see, I just put adhesive on the back and I popped it right through that window. Now we can open this up and give it a good back rub. And we'll be able to work on that card as we go. So I've taken the liberty of doing some die cutting ahead of time and a little bit of stamping. And I also have a little brad here. So what happens is these two pieces have a little hole in it, and I've cut these out of crumb cake. And you put a little brad, and yes, this will turn, believe it or not. Not that we need it to turn, but it will. And I just used regular cardstock for this. Isn't that cute? And I used a vanilla brad because I cut the base behind to be vanilla. So now I am going to flip this over, and you'll see that there's a little bit of washi tape still stuck here on the back. When I put this through my die cutting machine, I used a bit of washi tape, and I would suggest that it would make our lives much easier if I had remembered to use adhesive sheets. But you know me, I was so excited to get out this stuff today and try it that I was jumping ahead of the game. All right, I've got a little bit of Tombow over there, and now we're just going to pop this, maybe pop this right on top and press it into place, just like so. Isn't that cute? Look at this. I think it's sweet. All right, so we've got that done. Easy peasy, right? All right, now I just stamped this on a scrap, and I have this left over too. I'm going to keep this. I don't know why. I can use this piece here at the bottom, but I can also use this on the inside of another card. So I'm going to keep that. And this piece here is way too wide for what I want. So I'm going to have to cut that down. But I have a tree here. And I have some of these little clouds that I've added here. I like how this looks kind of pinky sky, looks like a sunset type of thing. I've got some different little clouds here that we could add here, there, and everywhere. Maybe I'll take the tree out of the picture for a minute and put in some clouds and then pop the tree back in. I think maybe my clouds are too big. Maybe I should be, oh, see, we're not even going to see that one. Take him out. Let's go for some of these little clouds. Another thing I have is all of these little fences, which again, had I been smart, I would have used adhesive sheets, and I haven't taken the time to poke the little pieces out. But this little fence is just going to go along the edge of this field, like so. And I'd like to do it so that the tree looks to be behind the fence as well. So I think perhaps I'm only going to need 2 pieces of this fence. We may be able to double that. We will. That's good. All right, let me get my silicone mat out here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these 2 pieces of fence together right at this joint. Oops. Almost glued back to front. There we go. And now I can put some adhesive on there and we can put our fence line in. Actually, let's lay that in place. Yep. Just putting a little touch of adhesive here, there, and everywhere. Now, I should almost pop that tree in place first. I think. So we'll pop our tree in place, and then we will pop our fence in place. Isn't that cute? Love it. All right, now maybe a couple of these little clouds. I don't think we need all of these. Let's just lay these in place. And let me grab my tweezers. They will help me immensely with placement. Maybe that little guy up there. I don't know. Maybe I'll skip the clouds. Or maybe just use little ones. I'm going to snip this one so that they're not all the same. You know how when you get an idea in your head and you think, oh, I can do this, I can make this my own. And then perhaps it's a little more difficult than you thought. All right, I'm going to like that. That's a little better. So I'm going to take these and put adhesive on these. I found that the other ones were just way too big. So by cutting them down and kind of making them my own, they fit better. All right. Now, this little wee piece here, I think I'm going to put on the other side of the tree just so it looks like I didn't stop and forget that there was clouds over there too. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. I'm going to tuck that in behind that tree a bit. Just like that. There we go. Oh wow, this one took a trip. There we go. All right, those ones are done. We're done with this. Let's get this stuff out of the way. And then I'm going to bring in my mini paper trimmer and I'm going to trim down this greeting to 3/4 of an inch and see what that looks like. And we're going to close our card. Actually, I think I'm going to cut it down more. And then I'm going to flip it around and cut a little bit off the bottom. And oh, I like that better. And I think I'm going to chop it off and then I'm going to flag the end. pop it there. And then I'm just going to grab my snips. Got ink all over my fingers and glue all over my fingers. I don't know about you guys, but that's normal for me. And I am going to pop that right like so. Actually, let's bring this guy in first and figure out where we're going to put him. Right here. Yep. So I can only put glue at the bottom and up one side. Like so. We're good. We are good. Now, this one, look at that. Just fits in there nicely. Or do I want it up here? Ooh, that's another country heard from. I think I like it at the top. Too much going on at the bottom already. Get this out of my way. And then just press that into place. Isn't that cute? Ah, I love it. Love it. And that DSP does all the work for us. And there's the inside of our card. Awesome. All right, here was my inspiration. And here is my card. Let me bring it up closer so you can see the two. Basically the same idea. They did a big 5x7 landscape. I made mine vertical. Now, you have to take into consideration that this card cannot fit in a standard envelope because of where I placed my windmill. Okay, so I'm going to have to make a special envelope for this one in order to give this. So you have to take that into consideration, because if you place your windmill over further, then you won't have the issue. But because I placed mine on the side like that, and I suppose that's probably why they did what they did with the 5x7 card, but I just wanted to do my own little take on it. And so yes, you can very easily make a standard size card, and you could place this in the middle, but I wanted the window behind. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me for Lunch Break with Shel, and I will see you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right here on Facebook as well as YouTube at 12 noon. Bye-bye for now.